Let's start with a reality check. Using ChatGPT for your law school personal statement might seem like a smart move because it's fast, it's free, it's cutting edge, and you might even think to yourself, hey, if it can write code and pass the bar exam, why wouldn't I use it for my apps? But here's the truth most people don't hear. For most applicants, ChatGPT hurts more than it helps. And unless you know exactly how to use it and when not to, you're probably making things worse. But let's start with the upside because AI isn't all bad. There are smart and productive ways to use it in your law school admissions process, and here are a few that actually work. The first big one is brainstorming because staring at a blank page is brutal. You know you want to write about your internship or how your parents' immigration story shaped your values or your struggle balancing school and taking care of an elderly family member, but you don't know where to start. This is where ChatGPT shines. You can say to it, help me brainstorm possible angles for a personal statement about growing up bilingual. Or, what questions should I ask myself to tell a compelling story about leadership? It's not doing the writing for you. Big caveat here. It's just helping you think. The second big area it can be helpful is clarifying application requirements. Let's say you don't know what an addendum is, or whether you need one, or what tone to strike in one of your essays. You could ask it, what is a law school addendum, and when should I write one? It can summarize the basic requirements for you in plain English. This could save you hours of Googling and second-guessing yourself. The third big area is outlining ideas. Maybe you've got your main idea for your essay, but you just don't know how to organize it. You could use AI to help you test out a couple of different structures. You could say to it, prompt, give me a few ways I could structure a personal statement about working full-time during college. You're still the one doing the writing, but now you have a map, you have direction. A fourth big way it can help is getting you unstuck, because even good writers get writer's block. AI can give you starter sentences, transitions, and summaries. Maybe you don't use them directly, but they jog your brain enough, they get you warmed up to keep on going. Again, this is support. You're not outsourcing the work to the AI. Think of it like a smart personal assistant, but it is not going to be your ghostwriter. Now, here's where people go wrong, and nobody wants to admit this. Most people use ChatGPT the wrong way. They ask it to write the entire thing for them. They'll say, write me a personal statement about my job at a legal nonprofit. And it spits out something super bland like the following. This is a real example I saw from a student. From an early age, I developed a passion for justice. My work at the nonprofit only strengthened this commitment. Super boring, super bland, not personal at all. And if this sounds familiar, it's because ChatGPT is pulling from millions of examples online. Most of them are boring, vague, overused, and cliche. Now, here's why that kind of approach backfires big time. Number one, it sounds fake. The writing is clean, it's technically accurate, grammatically correct, but it's super generic. There is no real personality, there's no details, there's no voice. You're trying to get into a school where people argue for a living, a school where your ability to communicate like a human is part of the admissions filter. If you give them a robotic essay, it signals to them, this person didn't try. Or even worse, they're hiding behind the AI. The second big problem here is that it breaks trust. Some schools ask you explicitly if you used AI to write your essays. If you say no, but you actually did, that could be a major character and fitness issue. You are applying to be an officer of the court, and they take integrity seriously. Even if they couldn't actually enforce the AI ban today, it's still a risk. The third big issue here is that AI essays don't even work. Even if ChatGPT could write an essay that passes the detection filters, the plagiarism checkers, the deeper issue is that it can't tell your story the way that you can. It doesn't know what it felt like to bomb your first LSAT and come back stronger. It doesn't know what you learned from taking care of a sick sibling or juggling school and work. It doesn't know why law actually matters to you. If that doesn't come through in your essays, it's going to get lost, passed over, and ignored. And the scariest thing about using ChatGPT is that it gives the wrong answer with total confidence. If you ask it, should I apply to law school the day applications open? ChatGPT is going to say yes. And that sounds logical, but it's also wrong. Because while law schools do have rolling admissions, that doesn't mean you should rush things. A strong application in November is better than a sloppy one in September. There's no magic boost for applying on day one. And it's better to apply to law school later with a higher score than earlier with a lower score. But ChatGPT doesn't know your context. It just pulls from online what sounds good from random forums and articles. If you ask it, is a 3.0 in computer science better than a 4.0 in English for law school admissions? ChatGPT is going to say yes, the 3.0 in comp sci is better. Also, wrong. Law schools do not adjust your GPA for the difficulty of your major. They only care about the medians because that's what goes to the ABA. So if your GPA is low because of your major, that's going to hurt you. It's not fair, but that's how it is. Doesn't matter how tough your major was. And that's what makes ChatGPT dangerous for law school admissions advice. It doesn't understand how law schools actually make decisions. And that's the problem here. Thousands of students use it to make real high-stakes choices based on bad information. So, is ChatGPT good? Is it bad? It's neither. It's a tool. It all depends on how you use it. So use it to think and brainstorm, not to pretend. Use it to support you in writing, but not to replace you as the writer. The admissions officers don't want a perfect essay. They want an authentic essay. And no AI is going to give them that. So while you can use AI as part of the process, if the rules allow it, don't let it speak for you. Use it as a tool to make your writing better, to make it more grammatically correct, to help you brainstorm stronger essays.